fire a couple days ago on the Aerojet property.
Really?
It actually burned. It was all dead fuel in there, but
Right. What's going on over there? Is that going, you know, at the Aerojet? Are they vacated?
they are slowly ramping down operations. They've still got some buildings out there. Like,
Yeah, that's a, is that a super, what do they call it? A
super fun site?
Yeah.
I'm not even, yeah.
I would imagine.
It's private property.
Right. So yeah, so we probably don't get any.
So where we're at, we've got a much easier access from the inspections from the inside. We can actually go on there and from the front gate and just get the laser man.
Yeah.
10 years ago, we shut down the road.
Right.
The call fire defense was no problem.
Yeah. That's weird.
But I think they're trying to develop an area. So I think I don't know.
It wasn't a full, battle. It was about 7
Yeah.
The kickback wasn't bad. I was worried about it.
I went to a town hall. That's Alan Ward over in El Paso.
Flash
That was one of the top, one of the candidates. And he was talking about all those warehouses that are in there, and sometimes, you know, kids. You got a few of them behind schools. One of them,
There was a kick.
and the kids can just smell the marijuana because it's sleep. All day long before
Put a brewery next to it while you're at cigarette factories. Every bite.
that shouldn't be close to school for any kids.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Here we are in 2020.
Yeah.
It's on. There's a bunch of big investment in Los Angeles that are developing marijuana.
Hey, Chief, how are you?
South Block.
Yeah, there's
Actually,
I got your uncle.
there's a lot of warehouses
that's a
over
perfect
here.
place to do it.
Exactly, it's industrial. Except the people over there. We smell a skunk.
How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
That's I'm confused.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Has it settled in yet?
I didn't.
I know.
We had that rapper.
Is that job jacket? I know, I missed Delvin. It doesn't matter. I had to get there. You got Randy Goldman. What do you expect? My issues actually a lot sore. My niece is just still mad.
I think that's what it is.
Gina's dead. She's physically okay, just mentally. Whatever counts. It's that responsibility.
That's how I don't know. It's not written up there.
You doing well? Always something. That's a good thing.
How you doing, buddy?
What's the overall?
Do Orzalli and everything, and that's it. Well, that's right. Well, that little text that he sent us, I thought,
They're only good
like, okay, so the only one who's gonna be missing is Grant. Yeah, it's Grant. And Brandon, I don't know if Matt's gonna be here. Matt's gonna be here? Oh. He's been here already. Since he's retired.
Good evening. We'll get this meeting started. Today is Thursday, February 13th. This is the regular Board of Directors meeting. I'd like to call this meeting to order, and we can start off with the pledge of the flag. Director Wood, will you please lead us? No, you're right. This is the Metro Cable announcement. The open session meeting is videotaped for cablecast on Metro Cable 14, replay on Sunday, February 16th at 9 a.m., and Monday, February 17th at 6 p.m. on Channel 14. Webcast also at www.sacmetrocable.tv. The open session meetings are also available for viewing on the district website at www.metrofire.ca.gov. This is the public opportunity to discuss matters of public interest within the district's jurisdiction, including items on or not on the agenda. And it looks like we have one speaker card. Mr. Kraft, would you like to take the podium?
Hello, everyone.
Welcome.
These are not really my thing. I'm Tyler Kraft. I work Rescue 21 on the B shift. I'm also a spokesman for the Firefighters Burn Institute. So Joe Pick, our executive director, wasn't able to make it tonight, but I did want to get here and award you guys with another plaque for this year's Fill the Boots for Burns. I also saw Director Wood and Director Sheets out there volunteering, and I know your wife's probably tired of counting money too because she was in there. So, oh man, especially when you got to give it back. So we had a great year. We made $185,000 this year, which is insane. Just compared to last year, 15K over. Sorry, is that loud? So we're 15 grand over last year, and we truly could not do it without the support of the board. A couple others I had to write down, but executive staff, the local 522, all of our support staff, logistics, facilities, fleet. They were just super helpful. The dozer program, Station 62, getting our training tower set up. I was one of the guys that was up there the whole weekend, sleeping up there. And then Director Sheets brought us some shower caps that they got at the hospital because you can't take a shower. Those were money. I really enjoyed those. I felt somewhat clean. I think my fingers are still dirty. I don't know. But I had a really great year. And something I wanted to kind of tie into and why I wanted to come to the meeting tonight was that not only Director Wood, your son, I understand, is in the Air Force now. He was one of my kids in fire camp. I was in fire camp many years ago, and it's a great program that you all support. And the ROP program at Del Campo that's kind of getting off the ground a little bit. Those are all such important things. In our reserve firefighter program, they're huge on the boot drive too. But I can't tell how many kids came out that are really not kids anymore. They're kind of more young adults. They're volunteering and they're applying for fire jobs. So we had a huge showing of former fire campers. The safety fair drew in about 2,000 people this year, and each year we're getting more and more kids signed up for our fire camp in June, which is huge. Talk about pulling right out of our own coffers in our own backyard. From being from Orangevale and having family still there in Fair Oaks, it's important to me that we kind of have that homegrown feel. So thank you again. Sorry if there's anyone I missed, but it was a really successful event, and we're looking forward to next year. We also we did win the Chiefs Challenge again. I do not have that plaque. Joe will be back with that plaque when they get it all engraved, and we're all over that thing. So I did get great joy in watching the city come in last place, even though we love those guys. Sorry, Director Jones, but you know, it is what it is. So it all worked out great, and we really do appreciate your support. And I'm really proud to be a member of this fire district. And I would like to, if I may, present you guys this. Someone want to get a picture? I don't know.
Right?
All everybody?
I don't know. Sure, everyone did it.
Token of our gratitude to you two that we had out there.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Come on,
There, everybody else.
Come on.
That's a challenge coin for you.
Come on.
Come
Come on, let's get a picture.
Do we stand here? Or, oh, we want to go down.
Yeah, we need to stay in close.
Yeah.
You be the top row. You just want to be telling us.
You got it now. Right, can we get all the heads in between? You got a view there, Ted? Oh.
Yeah, just don't tell us you're using the wide.
Thank you.
Right, the camera here.
I like how
Great job, Chief.
How many sore arms are there? Eye time.
All right, moving to the consent items. Are there any questions or comments?
Madam Chair, I move for consent.
I second.
Great, we have a first and second. Will you please call roll?
Director Orzalli.
Aye.
Wood.
Aye.
Saylors.
Aye.
Aye.
Jones.
Aye.
Barnes.
Aye.
And Sheets.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Great. Moving on to presentation item. Chief Harms.
All right, Director Orzalli, we have a new thing. We come up front. More pictures.
More pictures.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
10 years of service as a director at Metro Fire. Here's your 10-year pin that you can put on there and wear on your shirt. You have been, in my short time being here, I want to thank you for your history and guidance and information that you have been able to share with me. I remember one of the first directors I met with was you. We went over to Panera to meet. And I have to admit that I was absolutely lost in the district trying to find my way over to there, GPS, and how it's going to get back here. But I enjoy our opportunity, and thank you for your support.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
You bet. So now you have something of interest or something of a thought over the last 10 years that has come to you about being here.
I like that.
We did the same with you. Yeah.
This has been a tremendous honor, and when I was telling folks that I was getting a 10-year pin, they said, has that really been 10 years?
I know.
And it seems miraculous to me as well. When I retired, my only goal was to annoy as many fish around the world as I could. And this opportunity came up. I was stunned to be chosen. I'm still stunned to be here. But this is the most professional organization I have ever worked with. Honored every single day.
Thank you.
Let's go by fast.
All right, moving on to reports. President's report. I have nothing to report. Fire chief report. Chief Harms.
Good evening, directors. Did Tyler leave? He did. When I first got here and they said there was a fill the boot and a challenge and everything else and Greenback, man, at first I was like, they're sleeping in the bucket and all of these things. It was quite confusing because where I came from, fill the boot, you stood in front of grocery stores. And we would cover every grocery store and there was a schedule. So I remember the first day I went out there, I was like, how the heck? And then people running in the streets. But now that I have been here and understand and the dedication and Tyler, and I can't remember the young kid from the city. What's his name? Anybody? Brian? Yeah, Brian. I mean, they are such great representatives of the community and of the district, and to be up there. And then just all the membership that pitches in to put it all together. And then the amount of folks either on duty or off duty that come by there and stand out in the street. And what a great deal. What a great deal. For a few things going on as far as recruitment, we have a safety specialist and a logistics technician that is going on. Last week we had a meeting for labor management. We had it down at the union office. We talked about engineers, exam dates, some flex medics or a 24-hour coverage as far as medics, some tactical training, some things that are happening as far as the comm center and moving some people around out of the headquarters and over at the training JPA. Some experience for the field experience for new recruits that are coming in. And I just want to say, once again, it has been a great opportunity for us to be able to sit down with labor, discuss issues, have a meeting in place, and truly I think we came out of there with about 3 or 4 action plans of folks going out, figuring out what we're doing, and then coming back and moving forward. Myself, Chief Shannon, Chief Casantini, and Chief Lozano went down, and on the 30th and the 31st, went to a meeting which were the largest fire districts in the U.S. And so there were 6 of us that were there. It's a each district brings about 4 or 5 people along with them. There's some agenda items that were thrown out there, but it's just a very open discussion on what's happening and what's unique to districts versus maybe larger departments. All of them are very large districts, but the uniqueness. But we talked about everything from CBD and drug testing. Part of the one district's command staff is all testing CBD. That was an interesting conversation. Community development strategies for working with labor and management, how to communicate PTSD, behavioral health. I think we spent about 4 or 6 hours. Then they have a dinner where you're together, then about 4 or 6 hours the next day. And it was really a great opportunity to sit with folks that have the exact same issues that we are having, and then listening to how people are trying to solve them. Yesterday, or day before, on the 2nd, we had a Dr. Lori Moore. She worked for the IFF for about 26 years and just recently retired. She was able to come in, and we brought our peer support team members in, and then we brought in just folks from the district, and then her kind of expertise right now is talking about generational differences and talking about the different generations and how people have been brought up, how they interact with each other. And it was very beneficial for the peer support team when you look at a lot of folks that are older and that are trying to help people, or people that are younger that are looking at the different generations. And so she did she spoke up here for about 3.5 hours and could have kept on going, and nobody left. And so it was really just a great program to listen to where things are at. And then the next day, which was yesterday, we had the Regional Chiefs Officers Summit. Chief Casantini, that was our second one. Chief Casantini, along with Chris Dargan, planned it. We had it over at the Arden Country Club that really supported us. We had about 100 chief officers from the region that were there. Myself and Folsom, Consumnes, and the city chief sat on as a panel and talked about what we thought were things that were going well and what our challenges were that were coming up. We had Lori then speak about this next generation in recruiting and who they are and the differences. And that, once again, was very interesting. Our ops chiefs from the 4 departments got up and spoke about some of the challenges and what's kind of happening on an operational level. And then we had an old friend, his name's Chris Nam, who is an expert in building construction and building construction under fire. And Chris closed out the day and talked about how buildings react to fire, the interior of buildings, the kind of some tactics and strategies for being able to manage those things. Once again, it was very well attended. CAL FIRE was there, Cal OES, and along with the other regional departments, all had representatives. Like I said, we had about 100 people there. There was more SUVs and pickups in the parking lot than that place had ever seen before. 2 last events that are coming up. On February 20th is our annual awards gala. Once again, it'll be over at the Arden Country Club on the 20th in the evening. I'm sure that you will all get an invitation for that there. And then on March 11th is a station dedication for Captain Jim Peterson. He passed away on December 15th, 2008, and we'll be doing that dedication at Station 65. Again, that one is on March 11th at Station 65, and the annual awards gala is on the February 20th. That is the end of my report, unless you have any questions.
Operations report, Chief Lozano.
Hey, good evening.
Hi.
Good evening, directors, chief. Mike Lozano, assistant chief, A shift, shift commander. I'll be doing your operations report tonight. There's been 5,755 calls since we last reported out. That was January 23rd of this year. We've had, our busiest engine was engine 53. They've had 300 and 3 responses. Our busiest medic was Medic 24. They've had 309 responses. We've had 16 building fires since that time. I'd like to tell you about one of them. On February 5th, we responded to a building fire in Citrus Heights on Indian River Road. Now, the call came in for a building with 4 people trapped in the building. An update from dispatch on the way into the crew said that there was 2 people in the upstairs, 2 people in the downstairs, and fire in the stairwells. The first engine arrived, reported they had smoke showing. They did additional 360, got additional situational awareness, and immediately discovered there was 2 people on the Charlie side, the backside balcony, needing to be rescued. The first engine came in. They split, actually. They went in for a primary search, and they went to the Charlie side. Using a ladder, they recovered both. They took both the parties off the balcony and on the Charlie side, the backside. Then they initiated fire attack. The third engine came in, gave them a water supply, assisted with that fire attack. The truck in the back reported that they actually had 3 persons in the back accounted for out of the 4 people that were reported to be in there. Fire was quickly knocked down. The structure was primary searched, and then again, a secondary search, a complete search of the structure proved that the 4th person never was in the structure. They had left before the call came in. This is, once again, just another excellent example of the memberships out there doing a great job every day in and day out, and the professionalism and the quick thinking and the teamwork that happens on a daily basis. End of report.
Any questions? Thank you for that. All right, moving on. Firefighters Local 522, Mr. McGoldrich.
Nothing to report tonight, thank you.
Okay. Committee and delegate reports. Executive committee, we have a meeting scheduled February 27th at 5 p.m. Chief Shannon, Communications Center, JPA.
Good evening. A couple of items to report out for the Comm Center. At the last meeting on Tuesday, the council approved a revised PAD for an additional 5 dispatchers. We'll bring the total number of personnel there at the Comm Center to 62. I think in a later report, I won't get into today, but we will talk about some of the numbers or lack of numbers they have over there, and maybe some of the direction that Chief Wagaman is going to take them, and some of the numbers that we'll be talking with down in the future. On a very positive note, Deputy Director Diane House scheduled to come back to work on February 18th. She's been out on extended medical leave. It's probably an understatement how happy Executive Director Wagaman is to get one of his executive staff back after a long absence to kind of put into place what they have going on over there. He's really moving and making some real good progress in just the first month, 5 weeks that he's been there. So, and that's it for the Comm Center.
All right.
Thank you.
California Fire Rescue Training, JP.
No report for the training JPA. We'll meet again across the hall April 16th, 4 o'clock.
Thank you. Finance and Audit Committee, I will report out that the next meeting is on February 27th at 5:15. And I will also report out for the Policy Committee meeting. There is no meeting scheduled. Moving on to board members' questions and comments. Director Orzalli, we'll start with you.
Other than to reiterate my appreciation for the opportunity to serve with Metro Fire, I have no further comments. Thank you.
Director Wood.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Congratulations, Randy. Also, I just want to thank, among a number of people, Tyler Kraft. That's a guy that goes unsung for all he does for the Burn Institute. He's spends 4 days every year up in the bucket. I think this is 5th or 6th year doing it. He's at every fundraiser, the crab feed, the chili cook-off, the tropical fair. He's always helping out, and just want to thank him for all the work he does for them. Want to say thanks to all the men and women that we had from Metro out there over the weekend. Congratulations, Chief. Without your support, we wouldn't have had, without the administration support, we wouldn't have had the great showing that we had out there. But it wasn't just us. It was Sac City and organizations or departments and districts as far away as Placer Hills and City of Woodland and Travis Air Force Base are out there as well. So It's just great to see that, and $185,000 every year. They just keep getting more and more. And the Burn Institute's like lawyers. You don't ever want to need them, but when you do, you're very grateful they're there, and it's great to keep supporting them. And we do have the Tropical Affair coming up in June, and I'll be broadcasting that soon. But thanks to everyone who helped out for that. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Director Clark.
Yes. Congratulations to Director Orzalli on his 10-year award. And Chief, once again, we're kind of getting used to this thing here every year. And, the award for the fill a boot. Also, I just want to wish everybody a happy Valentine's Day tomorrow.
Awesome. Director Jones.
Thank you, Madam President. Congratulations, Chief. Fill the boot. Way to go, especially for all the folks in the street, up in the air, all around. And thank you very much to the generosity of our members as well as our community for supporting Fill the Boot. Director Orzalli, congratulations. The big 1-0. Way to go. Good job, good job. And the only extra thing I have to report is next week I will be attending a Cal-AFCO board meeting representing as a director here in special districts with Sacramento County LAFCO. We have a board of directors meeting in SoCal next week, and I'll be representing all of these agencies that we're associated with.
Great. Director Barnes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Again, it's been echoed, but Director Orzalli, congratulations on the 10 years. I know when I first came on the board, you welcomed me and helped educate me as far as what we're doing. So I appreciate our conversations and friendship. So thank you and congratulations. Fill the boot. I think as we talk about the money and aspect of it, what you really hear is the public support for public safety, right? And there's a lot of narrative out there that may say otherwise, but when they're able to come out, donate, and actually come out and support the cause, it shows there's a strong support for what people do, especially in the organization of public safety fire as well. Segue into my passion, guns and hoses, football game. I want to talk about it. Yeah. It was a great event. We had just shy of 10,000 people there, which each year it is growing. We thank to the weather also. The weather part of it does help, but Fire put up a great fight again. They're already talking about next year, and I'm already getting text messages. We're only 11 months away from the next game. So it's exciting. They're getting excited to keep this going. But again, I just want to thank you, Chief, for your support in keeping that game going. It's the longest running game of its kind in the nation, and we're quite proud of it. And so this year we raised over $100,000, which was great for the two events. And we are going to be looking to put on a golf tournament, kind of expand some things. So we're excited about the efforts, and the Burn Institute's a recipient of what we do. So we appreciate that. And that's all I have tonight. Thank you.
Great.
The game was 14-11, by the way. Lost side.
All right.
I lost. They didn't want me in the locker room because I predicted the Fire would win, but it was okay.
All right. Director Saylors.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Congratulations, Director Orzalli, on your 10 years. Thank you. Last Wednesday, I was invited by Fire Marshal Barsdale to go to a school and witness her team present the Milo and Moxie presentation to some first and second graders. And I have to say, it was a very good presentation. The kids were very absorbed by the video, and Sue Frost, county supervisor, was also there. And we were both very, very pleased by the way it was a very large group of first and second graders, but they sat there and were very focused. And to see a group of children that large be focused by a video and learn the fire protection plans was very good. I was really pleased to see that program. So thank you, Fire Marshal Barsdale, for inviting me to watch that. And then Saturday I was at the Fill the Boot, cheering on all the chiefs that were out there for the Chiefs Challenge, just for a little bit. And then yesterday I was at the Chiefs Summit, learning the different generational, the millennials and stuff from Lori Moore. She was very interesting and educational. Thank you, Chief, for inviting me to that. And that's it. Thank you very much, Madam Chair.
Thank you. I also wanted to congratulate you, Director Orzalli and Fire Chief, for winning the challenge. I think it's a pretty amazing feat that $185,000 was raised right there, and that's pretty impressive. Thank you to Tyler and Ryan and the rest of the Firefighters Burn Institute staff. I look forward to the Metro Gala. That's always an amazing event that's put on, so I'm really looking forward to that, and that I will absolutely try my hardest to make that station dedication on March 11th. And that's all I have. Looks like that is the conclusion of our meeting. It looks like our next meeting is February 27th here in these chambers. Thank you. Meeting adjourned.
Yeah. 30. I said over 130.
So did I.
Okay. I was